Hey, what's going on? This Uncle Fee coming at y'all with a little bit of Dallas Mavericks coverage. I wanted to discuss the odd man out of the last 15 standard contracts. As you know, the Mavericks have 16 people signed, and somebody's going to have to get cut, traded, or something. Um, so we're going to look at a few of the options. I was able to find these little date, these deadlines or whatever, and the first one that came to my attention was PJ Washington extension. I expect him to be a main part of the rotation as he's been the last few years, and I expect that to be continued. So I very much expect for PJ to get an extension that looks similar to Daniel Gafford, around same year, same similar pay, just to keep him with the same timeline as the rest of the core. But now we're going to move on to Derek Lively. He's another rotational piece, too. The club, Dallas Mavericks have a club option to pick up Derek Lively, and I'm sure they're going to pick that up by October 31st. I think that's the deadline for that. Now, the other two players I want to take a look at, one is a fan favorite from last year, and that's going to be Brandon Williams. He's a good player. I can't lie. He was really one of the only players that seemed to be able to penetrate from the guard position consistently when Kyrie went down. So he's a good talent. Thing is, he just doesn't have a lot of value in the NBA at this moment. And then with the Mavericks signing D'Lo and re-signing Exum, and still having Hardy, even though I don't believe Hardy is really a point guard. I know a lot of people think he's a point guard. He's just he's a two guard, but you know Kid has been challenging him to play the point a lot lately. So we'll see how that continues. But Brandon Williams, he's due to make 2.2 mil this year, but thing is, his money isn't guaranteed if he gets cut by the 20th of October. And, you know, Omax is in the same boat. And the 30th of October, 31st or whatever, with the club option. But, you know, I really feel like since the Mavericks invested in the pick and Omax, then, you know, they probably still going to keep him and pick that option up. The other thing I want to look at, the steal we got in the undrafted, this year's draft class with Ryan Nembhard being undrafted and being on the two-way. You know, that kind of made Brandon Williams become a little bit expendable, to be honest. Now we have another point guard that we know can do what we expect out of a point guard, you know. And we have him under a two-way, and that really made Brandon Williams a little bit expendable. That's really the main thing made him expendable, like being able to land Ryan Nembhard without even a draft pick. That was like some slick stuff. That was some awesome sauce by Nico. Nico don't get enough credit. He gets thrown under the bus too much for the Luka trade, as if Luka was just untradeable. But, you know, I talk about that in another video. But, yeah, I think Brandon Williams will be the odd man out. And thing is, he may get picked up off waivers or whatever. He may be like A.J. Lawson was last year when we got Markieff Morris. You know, we cut A.J. Lawson. He didn't clear waivers. You know, Toronto picked him up. Now, the thing is, you know, Brandon Williams still has a year or two of eligibility as a two-way. So if he does clear waivers, we can sign him again on a two-way again. So it's just some things to look out. But, you know, I could see why the Mavericks front office is not, like, panicking or whatever as far as these whoever's going to stay on the team. I can see why they're not moving fast or anything. They could go on a training camp and let everybody battle it out, but I just expect Brandon Williams to be the one odd man out. But hey, if you think otherwise, leave a comment or something. You like the video, like it or give me a like on it. And if you want to see more content like this, share my video, subscribe. Until next time, peace.